Beast Feast. Meet with me. Welcome to the show.
Welcome back to part 2 of Bendy's Beast Feast. Meat with Meat collaboration with Matty from Matty's BBQ Chop Shop. We are really honoured to have Woodburnt Red come down with us. How are we, guys?
Hey! Thank you so much for having us.
Fabulous.
We're fat.
Yeah.
And we are tired because of the amazing food that we've just enjoyed.
Still got meat sweats.
Yeah.
How was it?
Unbelievable.
There's no words.
Thank you.
Words.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah. Disgustingly outrageous in the best way.
That's what we like.
You barbecuers yourselves, aren't you?
Yes.
Yes. What's your favourite thing to cook?
Oh, that's a question.
Yeah.
I don't think I have a favourite. I like it. Same as we've been talking about. I like experimenting, trying new things. Mm-hmm. You know, not just doing the norm Texas style stuff. You know, I like Japanese barbecue stuff like that as well.
My favourite.
You know? So anything, but I will always do wings because I just.
I love, great, nice and easy.
Yeah.
You know, straight away.
So many different
quick.
flavours.
You know, so many different things you can do, and again, it's a crowd pleaser. It's just you can grab in. Just go.
Oh no, I don't cook it for them.
Just go in. A whole tray just for me.
2 kilo, I'm good.
See, that's the funny thing is, people always ask like, "Oh, you must eat like a king," and I'm like, not really. I was like, that's probably the first time I've had that to myself for a long time. Because usually you're cooking it for other people, and then you don't get sick of it, but you get very used to what you're doing. And then the only time I really have something different is when I'm trying out new recipes, or someone's come over and said, "Oh, you know, I work with some like local farmers, and they're like, oh, here's a nice piece of this, do this with it," and then you go, okay, and then you give it a go. But it's. They're like, "Oh, you must eat like this." I'm like, I'm a chicken nuggets like 4:30 with my daughter, kind of guy, you know, like.
When you're doing it for other people as well, like I used to do big barbecues for family and friends and stuff.
Yeah.
It's taxing. You're knackered at the end of
totally.
it. So by the time you've done the brisket, the pulled pork, that, you don't actually want to eat it. You just want to sit down.
Honestly, my friends have said, I haven't seen it for a while, and they're like, "Oh, you've lost weight," and I'm like, "I'm sure I'll find it." But I was like, you know, like.
Do we get asked that all the time? Like everyone always says to my other half, Bev, they're just like, "You must eat really well all the time." And it's like generally, if I'm doing a brisket or something, it's for a band. We don't get a sniff.
For someone, yeah.
Yeah, we don't get to see any of it. Like I'll go with a 9 kilogram brisket, and it's like, genuinely. We did King Kraken a while back, who were here earlier. Yeah. We did their album launch, so we went and we took them. It was a 10 kilogram brisket for all their VIPs. They all paid a bit extra, so we cooked for them. And me and Bev went to Weatherspoons and had a burger.
Yeah.
Because we hadn't had anything to eat.
Mine's usually a Mackey's on the way home from the event because I
don't eat before a show because
I've been there.
The heaviness sat there before you go and start singing, performing, or whatever.
Yeah.
So when we have a string of shows, we end up eating utter crap.
Yeah, totally.
Because you don't go on the road until 11, half 11.
No, totally.
So there's always garage sandwiches or something.
Yeah. Definitely.
Briefly touched on this earlier, but where did the love of country come from? You're saying it's always been there for yourself, but I think the band has been a bit divergent in the past, hasn't it?
Yeah, well, I mean, it started off. My love of country started off with myself. Obviously, we went to a Long Road Festival together in 2018, 2019.
Yeah, both those years, yeah.
And then that really opened up, I think, not only ours, but, you know, families, our wives and kids and all of that, you know, it's broadened everything for us. We're like, this is really, really good.
I'll be honest, my wife loves it. So, like,
it's a very family. There's not many not many music genres that's like it's family friendly,
everyone.
other than like the tweenies and like actual kid stuff. You know what I mean? You can't be like, oh, you know, like I know there's metal families and there's you can't be like, oh yeah, we all just love going out to the drum and bass in the evening. You know, as a family, it's like, but country is very much about family, about heart, about you know, like driving across, whether it's Texas or bloody. You know, Ponty, you know, like it's
become more
going
of a
somewhere, you
feeling
know.
than just the
Totally.
music, you know, it's a way of life. It's a lifestyle.
And I think we needed that after COVID. I think that's why it got really big. It was kind of a little bit peeking through, and then people were like, "Oh, we actually have to be with our families for a long time. What's going on?" Like, and then that's where that rekindled love kind of happened. And
definitely.
country definitely, like you know.
I think as a whole, though, I think it's the country scene in general. Like you look at Yellowstone, the success of Yellowstone has just sparked an interest. And I went down to Paul High Street recently, and there's an actual shop in there selling all country outfits and everything. And obviously SoCal now have embraced that, and they've got all of that in there.
Yeah.
And I just think it's really finding its feet at the moment. And you guys, obviously, as you were saying earlier, you are recognised as one of the bands within the country scene in the UK. Although you don't feel you are, I think you probably are without realising it. I mean, where do you see yourselves moving from this point?
I don't think we have an end goal. You know, it always used to be that we wanted to sell out shows, go on tour, make it a full-time job. I mean, the longer you do it, the more you start to realise it ain't going to happen.
Yeah.
You know,
how much work that takes as well.
Oh, totally.
We're all family men. We all got kids. We all, you know.
Yeah, we're 4 dads. We've all got full-time jobs. Like for us to land a deal that could pay what we get paid from our jobs, which would have to be because you've got bills to pay. We got families to
totally.
pay.
Yeah. It doesn't exist.
I think we to play like O2 sized kind of arenas around the country, or something decent sized stages, and to tour. That would be that would be awesome.
1,000, 2,000 capacities.
Yeah,
those
that
sort
would
of
be
things would be
lovely.
incredible to be able to do that and say you've done it. Would be sick.
to go and play overseas. You know, that's something we've spoke about as well. But it's all just.
But then, like all the, I don't want to get too political, but like when us leaving the EU, that was a bullet to the head of any UK, any Eastern Europe touring. You know, like
I think the end goal for us is just enjoy the ride, man.
Yeah.
We get to turn up to all these different places and play in front of all these different people, and it's such a buzz when people come up to you and say,
it's a privilege, and we're able to do what we've always wanted to do. You know,
it's still mad. We travel to places like York, and people are travelling down from like bloody Scotland and stuff to come and watch us. People are coming from around the country, and they know our songs from Spotify. But it's just weird, you know. It is. It's cool.
It is a privilege.
Yeah.
Is there a single moment that you can think of so far to date where you were really blown away by something?
It would be the stage when we played Long Road for me.
Yeah.
We got to play the front porch. I don't know if they've got like 4 stages there, but they've got a really cool one that's made out to look like a kind of old American
Lush.
front yard.
That's awesome.
And
little house on the prairie type thing.
Yeah.
It's got loads of space out the front, and then like a load of stalls and stuff behind. And we packed it out so people could barely get through like behind the stalls.
Nice.
So
They reckon about 3,500 or whatever it was. Which
Yeah.
If it was, it was incredible.
It felt
Yeah.
huge, Like you could.
You were looking out and you couldn't see where it finished.
Yeah.
That was a dream, man.
Yeah.
We're like, this is what it.
That's why we want it to be. Yeah, that's what it should be. Yeah.
I think it was a bit of a turning point for Grain as well, who's our guitarist now. He's an old friend of ours, but he was doing some stand-in shows for us.
Right.
And he was like, oh man, if this is what you're playing.
Yeah, totally.
Come
Got
on,
him.
the band.
Got him.
Sold out every time.
We catfished them.
Yeah, we can.
Hook, line, and sinker.
I think your songs resonate though with people. Obviously, you've got your new one, A Simple Place, and you've got Day Drinking. That cracks me up, Day Drinking. It really does. But I think at the moment, with the way life is being perceived, I think A Simple Place really hits a very poignant message.
Thank you. Yeah, we're trying to push that now. We think it is something that I say the world needs right now. But I think people do need a song like that because it's about nostalgia and going back to how things used to be when we were kids. Like we grew up in the 90s. you could let your kids go out and play on the streets, and you didn't have to worry about this, that, and the other. No social media, nothing like that.
Easier times.
Simple place.
A simple place.
I think I think what we forget is it was bad then.
Yeah.
But you just didn't know about it.
No, exactly.
Like it was like there was still people getting kidnapped and kids getting run over and bad things, but because it wasn't. You turn the telly on, it was like, this happened over here, and then around the corner from you, this happened. This is going to happen to you tomorrow. Yeah. Like, it is all this fear-mongering. It's like...
That's what we said. We were like, I'm sure that,
all these things happened when we were a kid. We just didn't know about it.
Still happening around the world, but it just wasn't thrown down your throat every 5 seconds.
And it's because we're on our phones and everything is there.
Instantly.
It's just like, oh, okay, so this is bad now. It's bad there. It's bad there. We've had places where we won't go just because something bad's just happened. Yeah. And the likelihood of it happening again is almost nothing.
It's probably the safest place to go.
Probably, yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? It's like, we would around the corner from there when that happened.
The thing is now as well, as soon as you open your eyes, there's a notification of some description on your phone.
Yeah,
there is. And how many of us, it's the first thing you go, just check that
I'm
quickly.
on it way too much.
Yeah, we all are.
It's an extension of your body now. That's all it is. But no, that's exactly where it comes from. Like, it was just thinking back. I'd love to be able to just open the door and let my boy go out.
Yeah.
He's 10 years old. That's I was never home at 10.
No.
I was fortunate enough to grow up in a little village, but still.
Yeah. No, totally.
You just wouldn't do it now.
And you do like.
There's dying sports as well, like Kirby.
Yeah. Kirby.
Yeah, no one knows what that is. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'd love a game of Kirby right now.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Shout out to Josh Kirby, old school friend, who tried to blag everyone that he
invented it. I used to, for some reason, tell everyone that my cousin was Jay from 5. No idea why.
Oh, nice.
And it was like so stupid that it was like, why would he lie about that?
That's such a
all people though.
I know.
That leads on nicely. What's the weirdest thing you've seen as a band?
Probably Tom helped me pack up my trunk.
Oh, behave, mate.
You get thrown under the bus here, right?
You're walking home, mate.
Just my microphone and look at it.
Weirdest thing, I don't know. I mean, previous bands, we've had loads of different weird things.
The fridge.
The fridge, yeah.
We played a gig in a massive walk-in fridge.
In London.
Nice.
Yeah, that was really bizarre.
That's awesome.
Used to be a deli in the day, and then it turned into a gig venue at night.
Lush.
I like that.
Wood burnt red. I don't know. Have we had any weird moments? No, I think
We'll make sure this happens this year. What can I think of? What can I get?
we play. We won't mention it. We've done gigs that we've been sold, been this, that, and the other, and we turn up to it. And it's basically a village fete.
I've been there.
Yeah. So that was probably the weirdest thing at the time.
What do you like to do aside from music? What's your go-to relaxing type thing? Barbecue.
every time.
Barbecue and family time, because we don't get a lot of it.
Yeah.
No.
With full-time jobs and then weekends on the road for gigging and stuff like that, it's I think we were talking about missing your kids grow up and stuff.
Oh yeah, totally. And I think that's why barbecue is so good, because it is. That's when I started this. It was like, in America it's massive. People are out, queuing out the doors. Everyone gets beers. Everyone's meeting each other. I was like, we don't have that culture here. No. We don't have the space. We don't have the, we don't have it. So, in my head it was like, can backyard barbecue be like a restaurant? Can it be somewhere you can go? And it is, you can. You've got to tweak things that here and there.
This is wicked. I think this is something that you've.
This is man cave kind of gone.
Yeah, but you've nailed the aesthetics and everything here. I think.
Yeah.
You could turn up, like I could turn up here with the wife, and it would feel charming.
Yeah.
Not just what is this guy doing?
Yeah, no, totally. Again, it wasn't. None of this was like. This is all just collections. It wasn't like, wouldn't it be cool if I had one of those there? It was just like, I have one, let's put it there. Or like, of course I found things. People bring stuff and be like, this is really cool, the bottle openers or like a little, ceramic duck that you can put somewhere or something like, you just go, yeah, cool. And it's, people find these things then, and it is that collection where it's just on I'm basically a hoarder, but if you put it on the walls, it doesn't count.
It's art.
Yeah. How active are you writing at the moment?
Not as active as I'd like to be.
Yeah.
Again, it is a time thing. But then when you get swamped, you have.
Do you guys do it together, or do you go like, I've got this cool riff, I've got some words.
I will mostly write a song and then bring it to the boys. Well, that's what we've done previously. We've obviously got a new guitarist now who's got some ideas coming, so that's going to be a cool and interesting way to see how that develops this time. But when you've got so much, I'll pretty much write a full song from acoustic chords and melody and that, and then bring it to the boys, and then we'll start working, and then it'll change dramatically.
It's a really fun process.
Like a breakdown.
It is,
and it can go any way.
Yeah, but at the moment, when you've got so much on with work, gigs, family life, I'm sure you know what it's like when you've got so much in your head. It's so hard to find the space to be creative and come up with
the amount of I've still got on my phone, even after all the music. I'll wake up and be like, boop, boop,
that's the only
and I'm like, cool, and then I'm like scrolling through, being like, what the hell is this? It's like a picture of my boot or like the floor.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
the same.
What the hell was that?
That's
like,
the only way I can get ideas down.
Yeah,
That's when I'm in the truck
and you feel
driving.
like that, that energy, and you need to just get it out. Like,
and you're just stuck in a traffic jam, or someone's looking over you, just filming yourself going.
yeah, no, totally, yeah,
weirdo,
exactly. The process.
But then you have to go back and try and translate that back into the song you had in your head at the time.
Yeah. Well, from the one when we did, like my mate Steve he's the guy that could literally, you can give him any instrument and he would just be like, yeah, cool, I'm ready. And you're like, what the hell? So I'd be like, and what's good thing is I don't write music. Like I don't know chords, I don't know, anything about that. I know what I want it to sound like. So I would literally go to him and go like, dum 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 dum, and you go, okay, dum dum dum, and he would be like, I wouldn't have thought to play that because it's not in guitar style.
Yeah.
So it's not in guitar speak. So he's just like, cool,
exactly
and then
the same.
we would do the same, and then he'd go, how about you go, boom, boom. And I was like, you wouldn't play that because you want it in time. But he's like, but just try it. And then we would both have this amalgamation of not really knowing what we got to do, but then we make it work.
Yeah.
And then it works. And then you're like, no one's heard that because it's coming from two
That's
people
it.
who don't know what the hell they're doing,
So previously, before Kraken, I'm not theory based or anything like that.
Yeah.
I had a couple of lessons with a mate that could play chords back when I was a kid. Other than that, self-taught. So anything I write comes just from what I think sounds good in my head.
Yeah.
And then I try and work it out on a guitar, not through theory. But
And then
now
that
we
usually
have
then
the guy
becomes
to turn
unique.
to
Right.
in grain that has all the theory, has all the
Yeah,
technique.
right, okay.
It's like, right, well, you're playing it in this key, so if you're looking for another chord, these are the chords that are in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's just
Yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. But no,
I'm just sat there in the back going,
Yeah. Well, yeah. 2, 3,
get the
4,
beers.
cool. Yeah.
it's a tough job,
Yeah.
Someone's got to do it.
I'll pay you later.
Do you prefer the rockier stuff or the more melodies? Which do you prefer playing?
That's a good question.
I think it depends on my mood.
Yeah.
Some days I'm like, I want to get up and just have a party and rock
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
And other days I'm feeling a bit more mellow, a bit more emotional, so I want to get into the emotion of the show or something like that. I think it really does.
I think we've got quite a diverse range of songs because, like, if you go from the other side,
Yeah.
so kind of our heartbreak song, and then you go to 18 Stone, which feels like the polar opposite.
Yeah.
Like the energy and the bounce, and you got like the funky side when you got Best Things.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
like there's little.
Does it ever change? What we've always done is you could read the room. So like you're on we've played a festival and the band before us are really, really punky. So I'm like, right, should we start with our punky stuff and then kind of veer off, find out what the next band sound like? Because you don't want to sound heavy and then go into the punkier stuff because you want the people are vibing.
Yeah.
So if they're in a bit of a dancey mood
Yeah.
because of whoever's just come and you come on being like 1, 2, 3, 4, da, 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 people are gonna be like, what the hell is this? I want that cool vibe. Do you ever like morph that?
Without yeah. We similar to what I think you were saying before about we've been booked by the venue because they want us to play.
They want that one, yeah.
So we're going to turn up and we're going to play the set that we want to play.
Yeah.
Not in any sort of dickish way.
No, of course, but they're there for that, so that's what you're going to give them.
But the other thing is as well, we want to give the best show that we can.
Yeah.
So in rehearsals, we run the set, we make it as
Right,
flawless as possible.
okay,
We
yeah.
know where everyone's going to be at what time.
Yeah.
And just really sell them the whole thing, the whole
Yeah.
package.
Yeah.
So it does get difficult to veer away from that and try and change. I mean, we have changed it on the fly before.
Yeah.
Normally because we get told we have a set length of a certain.
Oh yeah, then you hear from the gods like one song, and you're like, I've got 5 left.
Exactly.
Like, what are you talking about? This is a story I'm trying to tell. So then you go, do we do the finisher? Do we just do the next one? Do we do something that's going to be...
Play me off, Johnny!
And then, literally, you'd be like, I probably wouldn't have played the last 2 songs if I friggin' knew what the hell was coming on.
Well, that's
so,
it. And there's 2 songs that we have to play in our set that people love.
What you do is you just do one 8-minute song.
Say you've got 1 song left, just keep playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we walked off on that one show, and they were like, you didn't play Day Drinking, you didn't play Bartender. They're like, the 2 favourite songs.
There's a queue of 40 people waiting to talk to us.
Oh, we
and
like,
all of them were
sorry,
like,
man, we got...
where were their songs? Where were their songs?
Yeah.
Like
It's
it was our fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they literally said we got 1 minute left.
Yeah.
Like,
That's it.
Whereas if we'd have just played and they turned us off, they would have been the baddies and not us. So.
yeah.
I think the trouble is people do become accustomed to certain songs, and rightly or wrongly, we all have favourites.
Yeah.
Had like 3 played, and we were hoping for some of their older stuff, and they just played their new
Yeah,
album.
yeah. And then you
it was
piss everyone
basically
off
like
then.
a massive FU to
Yeah,
everyone who
yeah,
was there. 'Cause all their new stuff was way heavier.
Yeah.
So they're like an Americana country festival, just like fucking going for it.
Yeah.
It was like Royal Blood style.
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
They really went for it, and the whole crowd was just like, "What is this?"
Yeah.
I mean, you fell asleep, didn't you?
I mean, I was wankered.
I just couldn't believe like the noise that they were making. I look over to this guy and he's just...
On tour, you sleep when you
I think there
can.
might be something medically wrong with me. That I
Yeah.
can sleep like
That's
that,
fine.
but,
It's called narcolepsy.
Yeah. Alcohol-induced narcolepsy.
Do you think then, obviously you've played a lot of these festivals and things like that, and barbecue does naturally go hand in hand with it. What do you think can be brought to change things up slightly though?
What I'd love to see is, and I know that they're trying to do it now, but they either go one or 2 ways. They either solely focus on the barbecue food and then make it a barbecue festival.
Yeah.
And there's not a huge amount of those, and they're doing really well.
Yeah.
Or they focus on the music and they go, oh, we'll
just get some vendors.
We'll get some vendors in.
Yeah,
and they're not vetted, you know.
They're just
They got a couple of smokers. They look cool, and
Yeah.
the food's all right. You know,
Yeah,
it will knock out. I'd love to see a combination of the 2 where you've got
Genuine split.
like.
Well, I think Sizzlefest comes close to that.
It does.
Where you have like they're like, we're here for both. Like we want you to Big shout out to the Sizzlefest.
Yes,
boys.
big shout out.
If you can combine
Because you've
it-
got that, you've got good, they're not just like, something with a cool punny name, who was just like, we're doing,
all the gear and all the
yeah,
shapes
yeah,
of
and they're all like,
everything.
yeah, cool, but they've genuinely got people who are known, who want to be seen,
Yeah.
and then music who is like, we need the music to go with this, so they then get good musicians. So I think they know they need to do both good on both sides.
Exactly that. So if they could do that on a bigger scale, because then obviously they're limited to how many people they can have there.
Yeah.
And the location as well. But country music has got such a good following. Barbecue is now getting such a great following.
Yeah.
If they could find that middle ground,
Yeah.
do the same thing on a bigger stage, I think that would be epic. Cause
Yeah,
then
because everywhere
the food
in America,
would
that's all it is. It's like,
Yeah.
even the people low down are like the most ridiculously well known, like fantastic country stars. And even if you're like first on, you're still like one of the biggest selling artists there.
Yeah.
But now you're getting these like superstars in barbecue who are like just as big as like this next pop act, but they're doing food.
Oh mate, when we
And it's
insane.
insane.
We went to Sizzlefest last year and they had Chud.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name now. Yeah, Chud's barbecue. The eruption that he got when he came off, I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like, this is nuts.
Yeah, totally.
But obviously they are there for
For him,
barbecue,
yeah.
that is the
Yeah.
slight difference for it. But yeah, I mean that's why we've leaned into it. Barbecue is a huge passion of mine. I love cooking outdoor,
Yeah.
on fire, anything like that. So hence why you look at our socials and it's mostly barbecue related. We're
But
trying
again,
to tie
it goes in
with
with
people.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not like we're just we're jumping on. Oh, we found a niche that we can be involved in.
Yeah,
Something
I
that
did
we're
see
passionate
a
and
video
care
the other
about.
day. It was an American band, and they've got someone on stage doing hot dogs for people
Oh, that's wicked.
as part of like the show. Like, and
Well,
they're like, yeah, cool. And
Used
he's,
to go around. They had a big green egg on the back, didn't they? Like, what's his name now? Frontman in Metallica.
James Hetfield.
James Hetfield.
Yeah.
He's got a big green egg as part of their touring kit.
no way. And he would
cooks
just.
barbecue on tour out the back.
I think Dave Grohl used to do that as well. Like,
Yeah.
he used
Mate,
to.
but this is
barbecue.
Yeah,
so we've
yeah.
always said, like, if we can get to the point where we do our own tour, which is just a nice little sellout tour, I would love to
just do something like that.
Again, meet with me, like a VIP thing at the end, and you say, right, after the show, come back into the parking lot, we'll get the barbecue out, we'll cook some wings, nice and easy, we'll have a chat, a beer, eat some food, go home.
Yeah.
You know? Give them something different.
You can have this for free. I'll give this to you. Do like a backyard barbecue tour.
Yeah.
That's what you need to do. So just go, hey guys, just put it out there, be like, hey, we're, you know, you do one here. Just be like, you know, we're doing this, you get them filmed, you get 20 people or whatever. You just go, yeah, this is what we got, and then you just do it in everyone's yards. So you get barbecue, you get about that, you know.
Did you see what we did at
Yeah. So like what you're doing already.
Turn
like,
up with the acoustic stuff and jam it out.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
It's something that we,
but like make it like a thing, you know.
Make it
backyard tour.
You know,
backyard barbecue tour.
Yeah.
That's wicked. Like, just reminds me of. Have you seen All American Rejects?
Yeah, they've just
done
the college back. Yeah.
Just turn up and do
That's what made
house
me think of it, and I was just like, yeah, they kind of brought that kind of early 2000s, kind of Fall Out Boy playing in like that's right, you can call it. Just, as long as you call it Matty's barbecue tour with, you know.
the chop shop barbecue tour.
It's difficult to find time, but I think you have something there at the moment. You're leaning into something that people are going to relate to an awful lot. So write some more. That's what I'm saying. Write some more.
Thank you, man. I will get on it.
Definitely do it.
We've got another song lined up to come out soon, haven't we? Which is a
little
bit of a different feel to it. So, we'll have to give you exclusive access to that.
Yeah, we'll give you a little sneak peek after.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
A little bit more energy to it, shall we say?
Yeah?
Yeah, it's a bit different.
Okay.
But we did all feel Simple Place for something special, especially in the studio when we're doing it. And a shout out to our producer.
Yeah, Tyler Spicer
He's
nailed it.
Absolutely fantastic.
That's one I've been sat on for a long time, and like every time I came to do something with it, there was something more happening in the news, and that's why it was like, right, we have to. He did.
Yeah.
So we have to now do something with it and get it down. And Tyler made that happen. So
I think a lot of it is about timing, like you say. There's a lot of unrest in the world at the moment.
Don't be a shit human.
Yes, pretty much. That's number one, really.
At any point, something could happen. It could all be taken away from you. Nobody sees the effort that you put behind
no
the
one
scenes.
sees.
Nobody sees what we do behind the scenes.
No.
Yeah.
For all
They
of
see
us.
that half hour of clip or that half hour of set,
That's it.
and then they
turn up,
still
you
go,
give it-
oh, they didn't play this song, and you're like, shut up. Like,
I'm going to finish with a couple of questions. Number one, for anyone that hasn't listened to you guys, give me one song that is a good introduction to you.
All I need is you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll say bartender.
Bartender?
I'm going to go with The Hills.
so that's 3 songs to go.
Three songs to go for the one song.
Yeah,
And if you don't like any of those, listen to Simple Place.
out now.
If you could go back, you're you now, and you know everything that you know now, you could go back and give your younger self one piece of advice with regards to music, what would it be?
Don't write for other people, write for yourself.
Like that.
Practice harder. Not as good as you think you are.
Start using a metronome as soon as possible.
Definitely.
And that's for all of us, mate. It's not
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
I wish we had done that years ago. We went to an in-ear system.
Right.
And mate, it is
That'll screw you up.
revolutionary.
Playing
for
something
us.
clear.
Oh, it's a journey.
Yeah, definitely.
Some people hate it. They're like, we're not those bands that play to a click or track or this, that, and that. Why? Why not? It's not for you. It's for the audience.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Give them everything that they can get.
It's
level
made
up,
us,
just
it's
like
made
that.
us level up. For sure.
Yeah.
But yeah,
performance-wise,
write
it
for
has.
yourself. If you don't believe in what you're writing and performing, how are they supposed to believe it?
Yeah.
No, totally, 100%.
Yeah, I
So,
agree.
yeah.
Thank you for making the journey today and coming down. Please keep writing, put some new stuff out. And where could we see you next?
So the next show we're in
York.
Yes, we're playing
Hotel.
I can't remember, Swinton Hotel.
Fridge in the back of the screen.
we're playing a deer park called the Swinton Hotel for a hoedown they've called
Nice.
it, which is really cool thing. Us and Luke Fleer. That's going to be a nice little unique gig for us.
Excellent.
Yeah, shout out to Luke.
Yeah, we've got some cool shows coming up actually.
And shout out to 45 Vinyl. Who
And
helped
45
us get
Vinyl
the gig,
as well, yeah.
Guys up
Good
in York
shout.
as well.
We're playing Nottingham Castle as well in
That's
June or July.
Yeah, we're supporting Els Bailey.
Els
who is
Bailey, yeah.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
And then we're playing Country in the Common in July as well, which is
London way, isn't it?
Yeah,
London Town, the big smoke.
yeah. With C6 Steve and Els Bailey again, and
Wicked.
Hezzy and Gill and
That'd be
all that,
cool.
so it's going to be a really wicked festival.
Amazing. So you've got things
We've
to.
got some cool shows coming up. Yeah, we're looking
Yeah.
forward to them.
Excellent. Well, again, thank you so much for making the effort today,
Not
coming
at all.
down.
Thank you so much.
Massively appreciated.
You've been an amazing host, Matty.
Thank you.
Yes,
That's what
big
we do.
round of applause for Matty.
Thank you so much. That's what we do.
Matty.
Yeah.
Bendy's Beast Feast Meat.